When life gives you chicken, you marinate it. I did not have plans to do my chicken plan today, but Food Line messed up my grocery order, so I got a whole bunch of chicken. I didn't want to throw it in the freezer and waste the opportunity to do what I wanted to do for surgery. Then I had to buy chicken all over again, and it just kind of seemed like a waste. So what we're going to do is we're going to marinate all this chicken and put it in the freezer. That way, when it is time to cook it, all I have to do is thaw it out, put it in a baking dish, pop it in the oven. Done. So the first thing I'm going to do is, we only eat a half a breast each at a meal. So 1.5 breasts is what feeds us. I have 3 of these, and there's 4 in each pack. So I have 8 servings of chicken, 8 chicken dinners. One I'm going to keep out for tonight, and the other 7 we're going to marinate. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take them, I'm going to cut any of the yucky parts off, cut them in half this way. I cut them in half the thick way, and put 3 per gallon bag. You use as many as you would use for your meal, but that's how many we're going to use. So I'm going to do that first, and when I get all that done, I'll be back, and we'll just start slinging these marinades. How's that sound? What we almost forgot to do was mark our bags. So we want to write on our bags what marinade we're having. So the first one is brown sugar bourbon. Now I am not going to write any kind of instructions, because I'm going to do all these the same way. I'm going to thaw them out, pop them in the oven at 350 for probably 25 to 30 minutes. I will check them with the meat thermometer, and then they'll be done. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to write down each recipe. Okay, I have all my bags labeled. I will set these aside. Now we have to do the icky part, and I have to do it without gloves because I wasn't thinking, and I didn't replace my gloves under the sink, and David's asleep, and they're in the room where he is. So I've got to just touch the chicken. This is probably going to be interesting for some of you who've never seen me touch chicken. Just thoughts. I'm not liking this, okay? Let me just be honest with you. So I will cut that little thing away. And then just cut them in half like that. And I'm going to go through, I'm going to do that to each one of these. Okay, I got the chicken cut up, and I live to tell the tale. And I am going to use my tongs to put it in there just because I want to keep my hands clean. So like I said, I'm just going to put 3 in each bag. Okay, we are closing in on our last one. I will get this cleaned up, and we will start marinating. The first one we're going to do is mesquite. Now you can tell there's not a lot of meat in here. For when you have 3 halves, it's not going to be a lot of meat, but I'm still going to do the full amount of marinade for each one of these. So this first one we're taking help from the store. I have a 1/4 cup of water in here. I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of oil, and I'm just using vegetable oil. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and this package of Grill Mates mesquite. And we just need to whisk it together. Pour it over our chicken. hold our bag up and get out as much air as we can. And there, our mesquite is done. Look, I'm just going to rinse this out and reuse it for the next one. The next one is the brown sugar bourbon. And I have a 1/4 cup of water and a 1/4 cup of oil. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. The mesquite was not supposed to have it in there because I had it backwards in my mind. But I think it'll be good anyway. I mean, it's just vinegar. And then just the packet of brown sugar and bourbon. This sounds like it'll be really good. And there is our brown sugar bourbon. Now we're going to do the Pepsi. And I have in here I'm just using regular Pepsi. I'm not using diet. 12 ounces. You can use diet because I've used it before. So I have 12 ounces of Pepsi. You can use Coke if you want to. 1/2 cup of ketchup. Tablespoon of yellow mustard. And I'm just going to eyeball this. 2 tablespoons of dry minced onion. Let's see if we can get that clean. We need a tablespoon of brown sugar. Then a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And we will whisk that together. Now this one I may do on top of the stove. So when the chicken gets through cooking, I can boil down the sauce, make a nice glaze. Which if I want to bake it in the oven, I can do that and then just pour the sauce into a pot and boil it on top of the stove. So either way, that's probably how I would do it. One other way I will boil this marinade down to make a nice sauce. So there is our Pepsi. The next one in our lineup is the peach glazed. So we just need to start with 1 baby food peaches. 1 4-ounce of baby food peaches. I'll show you what I'm using. I'm using this. It is stage 2 food. And I'm using that because it's the only one I could find. The only peach they had. So we do 4 ounces of that. And a 1/3 cup of ketchup. 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar. 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Tablespoon of soy sauce. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And we will just whisk this together. Okay, this will be another one that I will do either on top of the stove or take the glaze out of the oven. I mean, there's not as much of this as there is the Pepsi, so maybe it will glaze up while it's in the oven, but this makes really good when you make a glaze. So you can do this one in the oven or on top and then just boil down your sauce, make yourself a glaze. Okay, coming up next. This next one is the honey sesame. I've been making this for I don't know how many years with the Kraft toasted Asian dressing. Well, apparently they don't make it anymore since the last time I've made it. At least Food Line doesn't have it. So I found this Panera Bread Asian sesame, and it's cold. So I'm guessing, because I did a pickup, keep refrigerated. Yeah, I guess it comes in the cold section of the produce section. So this is a 12-ounce bottle. I went ahead and measured out my 8 ounces. We'll use this on salads. It smells really, really good. And then I just need 3/4 cup of honey. This I've made in the crock pot. But I think I can go in the oven if I so desire. If I run out of time thinking, you know, like, oh, I didn't plan ahead for the crock pot. So I think I can do crock pot or oven for this. So we're just going to mix it really good. Okay, I think we have that mixed up well enough. Get that honey all blended in. Oh, that looks delicious. So there is our honey sesame. Okay, now we're going to do what I call weird but good chicken. And this has a name. I know it does because it's a recipe that's, you know, popular. But probably 25 years ago when we found it, we made it and we named it, okay, that's weird, but it's good. So that we knew what we had, that is what we called it. Weird but good. So this is my weird but good chicken. You need 8 ounces of Catalina. What I have on hand is fat-free, so that's just what I'm using. 1 can of jellied cranberry sauce. And this one will take a little bit of work to combine, so let's get our cranberry sauce broke up a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. And 1 package of dry onion soup mix. And we're going to whisk this till it's well combined. Okie doke, here is our weird but good chicken. Isn't that beautiful? All right, I saved my hardest one for last. Told you I saved the hardest one for last. Jerk. Lowry's Caribbean Jerk Marinade. We like Walmart brand, but I wasn't at Walmart. So we're going to try Lowry's. I'm sure it will be delicious. There is our jerk chicken. Now, let me show you how I'm going to put these in the freezer to freeze so that they maintain the shape I want them to maintain. Okay, this is a restaurant pan. I've had this thing for, I don't know, so long. It's not even funny. These are perfect for sticking meat in it if I want to set it in the refrigerator, because if anything drains, it's going to land in here. They're sturdy. You can't mess them up. I also freeze stuff in here if I want it to be a shape. I want these to be a shape. I want to kind of get the chicken flat. I'm not going to get them all in here, but I'm at least start in here. So there's the jerk. And then I will, there is my honey sesame. And these will freeze in this shape, and that way when I take them out, they will be easy to store. Now I could, if I wanted, freeze them flat with the marinade, but there's so little chicken in it, this will just break anyway because it's just going to be thin marinade. So let's see, I might put one more on there. Let's see. I can, so there's that one. Here is another one of my pans. It's just a little wider, a little shorter, but it will work. There you have it. There are our 7 meals of chicken. And if you hang on a minute, I'll come talk to you. As you can see, what we did today was so easy to do. It didn't take me, I can't tell you how long. I didn't look at the clock when I started, but it did not take me long at all. As long as you have all your ingredients, you saw what I used. I used the same measuring bowl over every single time. All I did was go over to my sink, rinse it in hot water real good, and come right back over here and do the next one. For all 7 of these, I did the same measuring bowl and whisk. The only extra ingredients, not ingredients, tools I used were some measuring cups and measuring spoons. I have nothing in here to clean up. One measuring bowl, a whisk, and some measuring tools. That's it. These will go in the freezer. That way, when I am home after surgery and I need chicken, all I've got to do is thaw it out. And I have my Alexa, I don't want her to pop in and start talking, set to remind me every day at 11:30 if I have meat to thaw. Because if I do, 11:30 is a good time for it to thaw and be ready for me to cook supper. So, nope, I'm giving myself no excuses, is what I'm trying to do by working on these freezer meals. So, I hope you enjoyed the recipes. You can see I take help from the store a lot. I like help from the store. Does not bother me at all. It's a wonder I didn't come on here and do 5 different Lowrys, but then what kind of video would that have been? But if you want to do it, you're not making a video. Do it. If you want marinated chicken in your freezer, honey, marinate it in anything you want to marinate it in. Look up recipes, use salad dressings, store-bought mayonnaise like I bought in the pouch, in the bottle. Do whatever you need to do. Get you some different flavored chickens so it's not the same old bland thing. So I got 7 meals. They're not going to be the same old bland chicken. I can do the crock pot on some of them. I can do the oven. I can do the stovetop. So whatever I decide to do. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. We will be doing a beef video. It's not going to be near as exciting, but we're still going to do a beef video. I may have some more chicken things I want to do, but this is our chicken marinade. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed this video, and get out there and marinate something.